Rice, humanity's basic food, present in all of its forms in 1001 recipes in our cooking. But what do we really know about rice? Is all rice the same? How can we differentiate between varieties, or the quality of different kinds of rice? And how is rice made? In our country, there are wines with a denomination of origin. Sparkling wines, oils, fruits, sweets, and of course there is also the denomination of origin of rice. The Arroz del Delta del Ebro protected designation of origin. The Delta del Ebro is a natural park in Catalonia, a mixture of fresh and salt water that increases the fertility of the land for cultivating rice. 320 square kilometers of flatlands created by the sediments of the Ebro River. Over 400 kilometers of canals and irrigation ditches that give life to 20,000 hectares of rice fields. A typically Mediterranean climate and a changing landscape, precisely thanks to the growing of rice. In the spring, when the work begins, the delta changes from an arid look to a lagoon that measures thousands of square meters. The fields shine from the reflection of the water. After sowing and when the plants begin to sprout, the delta turns green. The process of ripening will then give a golden color to the fields. This is the time of the harvest in September. With the gathering of the crop, we see the luxurious spectacle of hundreds of birds trying to get food from the recently turned land. This is the life of Delta del Ebro. The culture of rice is present daily throughout Delta del Ebro, and the farmers organize themselves into a cooperative that provides the structure and logistics necessary to guarantee quality, elaboration and packaging of the rice. La Càmara Arrossera del Montsià is a pioneering, exemplary body among rice cooperatives. Its creation in 1927 was an economic incentive for farmers and in general for the area, until it made Delta del Ebro one of the leading rice-producing areas and a point of reference throughout the country. Its main brand name, Montsià, recognized as having excellent quality, is elaborated and sold under the Arroz del Delta del Ebro protected designation of origin, and it is distributed in various types of rice, such as round, brown and bomba rice, as well as long grain or parboiled rice. Currently, more than 3,200 cooperative farmers bring their crops to La Càmara. They arrive from the fields of the Delta with their loads of rice in the husk. Upon reception, a control team takes a representative sample of the product to make a strict quality control that provides the exact yield of the rice supplied. In the laboratory, the type of rice and its variety is identified. One of the Delta varieties that is most highly appreciated for its physical chemical features is Montsià. Using the sample, the degree of humidity is measured and the impurities are analyzed. Then, in a small table grinder, the grain is hulled and whitened. The whole grain is manually separated from half, red, green and other defective grains, obtaining the real percentage of yield. The rice is separated according to type and variety and placed in the conservation silos. When necessary, it receives a special treatment that keeps it at a temperature of 12 to 14 degrees and at a safe level of humidity, about 14 to 15%. so that microorganisms don't affect its quality. A computer system controls the humidity and temperature conditions in order to guarantee conservation until it is processed. Between different grains of rice, there is a whole progressive process of cleaning, based on several industrial procedures that are carried out precisely and meticulously so that the rice reaches consumers in optimal condition. For this purpose, La Càmara has the latest infrastructure and equipment. La Càmara Arrossera del Montsià, where Montsià rice is elaborated, is one of the most modern and technical in the world. In the control room, a large panel shows and controls the chart of the 3 phases of elaboration that each grain passes through. The rice undergoes a series of treatments aimed at getting rid of various impurities, such as rocks, specks, grasses, etc. There are various different machines according to the type of technical principle involved: density, weight scanners and others, even a special huller to separate the grain from the chaff. Nothing is thrown away here. The chaff left over is used for dried animal foods and derivatives recycled in packaging and the automobile industry. And lastly, a new density scanner recovers the grains that aren't hulled in order to process them again. Once the grain of rice is separated from the defective grains, it passes 3 times through an abrasive whitening machine, which works through friction using emery stone. This is where flour and germ come from. These rice subproducts are used mainly for animal feed. Finally, a sophisticated videography color machine films the grains one by one, detecting and separating imperfections through detection by color. The rice is now ready for its final processing. The last part of the process is carried out in the packaging plant. Rice is weighed and packaged in diverse formats according to market needs. Lastly, the production is placed on pallets to serve the order made by the customer or for storage. Some 70 million kilos of rice with hulls are processed annually at La Càmara, with the resulting white rice destined mainly for national markets, although it is also exported to France, England, Belgium, Holland, Sweden and the USA, among other countries. Only a great brand like Montsià can guarantee the homogeneity, quality and certification of origin from the first to the last grain. Every half an hour, a control team randomly selects a pack from the different production chains and once again performs an exhaustive analysis of the sample, grain by grain, to corroborate the quality certified in the information on the packaging. In this manner, it is guaranteed that the rice that reaches the consumer is of the best quality and the healthiest, ideal for cooking and for enjoying its unique flavour and texture with the Arroz del Delta del Ebro protected designation of origin.